Okay, this is a pretty big game, I have to say, in the context of this little exercise. These are the two teams. This is the championship game of the winners bracket of these playoffs. These teams have not lost. Both are 3-0, and the winner of this game will play in the championship game. The loser has to play out of their way out of the losers bracket. The Bears start. They have the ball first and 10. Norm Stanley will get 3 yards. Let's pass the ball to Bob Nowaski. 3rd and 17, a sack. Ken Kavanaugh, scramble for 2. And we'll punt. Sid Luckman is going to punt. Billy Cannon. Now it's 1st and 10 at the 38. And we'll run for a yard. Let's pass the ball to Billy Cannon. Completes 1st and 10 at the 38 now. Houston will throw for a first down. Bill Groman. 1st and 10 at the 25 of Chicago. Run with Billy Cannon for 9 yards. Run again. First down. Houston has the ball at the 14. Gonna pass the ball to Charlie Hennigan. 2nd and 21. A sack at the 25. Throw it to Hennigan. Complete 3rd and 15 at the 19, and we'll do the same. Lose the fumble. Chicago will take over, and it stays 0-0 at the 20. Houston drove right down the field and then kind of stalled. Didn't really get a chance to execute that 3rd down play. Ken Kavanaugh now cannot make that catch. It is 3rd down and 8. We'll pass to George McAfee. Incomplete. 4th and 8 at the 22. Punt, Chicago. First and 10. Houston at the 45. Pass it to Charlie Hennigan. Complete this time. First down and 10 at the 43-yard line. Okay, let's pass to Julian Spence. Incomplete. 2nd and 15 at the 48. Complete. 3rd down 4 at the 37. We'll pass it to Bill Groman. Complete. 1st and 10 at the 31 now. Houston has not had difficulty getting down the field again. Let's throw it to Willard Duville. It's the first time I've done that in a few games, I think. Run with Billy Cannon. Lost a couple yards. 3rd down, 13. Pass and a sack. And they're out of field goal range. 4th and 18 at the 39. 0-0. Gonna go for it. Let's throw it to Charlie Hennigan. Complete. Now that is really irritating. 1st and 10 at the 15. I mean, yeah, he needed 18 yards, but his average is 21. So, although you would think that Chicago would have some kind of defense, but, their schemes are from 1941, so how literal do we want to take this exercise? Willard Duville, touchdown, 17 yards. And that is the first points. An unexpected scorer. The second quarter has started at 7-0. George Blanda's ready to kick the ball off. George McAfee. 1st and 10 at the 36. Throw to Dick Plasman. Complete. 2nd and 8 at the 38. Throw to Dick Plasman again. Complete. 1st down. 1st and 10 now at the 47. George McAfee breaks free. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's 2nd and 7 at the 8. Let's throw it to Hugh Gallarno. Incomplete. 3rd down and 7 at the 8. How about George McAfee? Close, but not a 1st down. 4th down and 0 at the 99, a 97% chance. I think I'm gonna go for this one though. How about Hugh Gallarno? Across the goal line in Chicago has their own 4th down success story. Let's kick the extra point, and that will make it 7-7. Billy Cannon loses a yard. Pass to Bill Groman. That was a scramble for 2 yards. The scramble, I have to say, the scramble animations need work. Let's throw it to Ken Hall. Interception. Chicago has the ball. 1st and goal at the 6. Norm Stanley is into the end zone. And just as quick as, 4 plays, 2 touchdowns in 4 plays. It's 14-7. Chicago all of a sudden has turned the game around. Houston, big return for 1st and 10 at the 47. Let's throw it to Charlie. Complete. 1st down at the 40. Let's throw it again. How about Willard Duville? Again up to the 89. Billy Cannon. False start on the offense. 2nd and 14 from the 15. Let's pass to John White, the backup tight end, complete for the touchdown. Yeah, neither of these teams. I mean, they push for touchdowns when other teams when other playoff teams are kicking field goals, and teams that didn't make the playoffs punt. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to stay 0-0 long, but all of a sudden, 14-14. And Chicago has it. Do we have the 2-minute warning? I don't think we did, because I didn't see the commercial. Well, that's just the kickoff. All right, what happened right before the kickoff? I think I was blathering on about which teams score touchdowns, if I remember correctly. No 2-minute warning yet. This will take us there. Ken Kavanaugh. Incomplete. Second and 15 at the 24. Norm Stanley. Let's run the ball. HOU Galerno, first down. To the 48. All right, let's call a timeout. How about Bob Swisher? A scramble. How about Bob Swisher? Incomplete. I might as well take the Hail Mary chance. How about you, Ken Kavanaugh? Incomplete, and it is 14-14 at the half. Chicago only 2 of 8 for 17 yards passing, and they haven't passed the ball. Houston hasn't run the ball, and it's still 14-14. So we'll see what the second half brings.